Hi everybody.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hello. Hi.
Hi Always. Hi
Hi, how
Brian.
are you?
How you doing?
Uh, so I thought about the pet, and Always is right. We need a class, and we have to put the gender type into the class of the pet. So like it will have a class with name and not gender type, like pet type. Yeah.
Okay.
Or we could call it race. I don't care.
So, how was the migration is going? Can we start?
I need to change all the list with classes, and I wanted them to be merged. I needed them to be merged before trying the migration because I couldn't do the migration with the list of strings. So that's
Okay.
why I went a bit crazy yesterday because I needed PRs to be merged, and I couldn't have you because you were busy, and my too. So I pushed. Okay, there is something I'd like to know because I told you I was in GitHub Hell yesterday, and I tried to see if it was possible to do the reset hard and everything. But once you push on the origin, it becomes hell to modify it. So when you are doing a PR and you want to work on something else, but you know that the main will be updated, but is not yet updated. You know what I mean? So you let's say you're working on your thing, and so what you do the PR, you wanna work on your thing. What do you do if you want to work on something else? Do you merge your branch on your local main and then branch out from your local main, or what do you do?
So, the standard application is very, very flexible. Okay. So, for example, if you are in the brokers
Yeah.
and you want that broker to work on the next step, for example, foundation services, you just create, you open a new branch from main for your foundation services. And since you don't have the broker that you need, you create an interface for that broker, and you continue working on your foundation services. You don't care about the implementation. The same applies to if you are if you need some foundation service and it's still in progress and you want to write a processing service, you create a branch from main or master uh, for processing service, and then you create the interface for your foundation services in your processing layer. And
Okay.
once the foundation service is merged, you merge, you sync up with master, and then at that time you can delete your dummy interface or your own
Okay.
interface.
Okay. But let's say you wanna work on creating a new model,
Okay.
and but the new model has a type of a class that is waiting in a PR. So you when you're calling the namespace of this type in other property, it isn't there. So
Uh-huh.
you have to wait for the PR to be done. So how, like, what do you do in this case? Because you know that it will be done later, but it's not yet in main. So even though you branch out, or like it's not there yet, so you cannot commit, because if you commit without it, like you I don't know, that it like doesn't compile. So you like, what do you do in this case?
Yeah.
Or let's say let's imagine another case when you wanna change configuration and the startup.cs will change, and like with the daytime broker and the startup and the login broker, and you know that there will be changes, but you're making other changes in the same file.
Mhm.
So you have a PR pending and you are waiting, and you do not want for it to be merged before starting on working on something else. So you change also the startup.cs, and you know that there will be a need to merge conflicts.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Do you push the PR and fix the conflicts on GitHub, or
Yeah.
what
Once.
do you do?
So you mean how we resolve merge
Uh,
conflicts?
Yeah.
let me explain a little bit more if I maybe I understood
Yeah.
Florian right. So actually, what I usually do, uh, for example, if I'm working somewhere thing, and I need to take a latest, basically the code of, for example, Albig did something in his branch, so I want to sync that branch, or I want to sync the something in from the main branch, and but still I will not, for example, I'm still working on my things, and I cannot push that things to there, but I need the latest,
Mm-hmm.
Florin. That's what
Yeah,
you
you
want.
need you need the letters, but it's not yet
Yeah.
in main.
Yes. So what I usually do, for example, I just take the stash of my changes, get stash of my things. What it will do, it will be stash only your changes, and you then what you will do, you will just go to the particular branch and pull that things to your branch, then unstash your changes, then it will be appear as it is.
So you're just staging your changes,
Yes.
but
So
not
for the
committing.
for the you have something, but you don't want to commit that things. What you will do, just get stash, and whatever you're
Stash
pending,
or stage?
stash stash stash.
Okay, I don't know this command.
Yeah, it is. This is the command. So it will be stash your changes. So after pulling back, then you what you will do, just stash pull, pop something, pop, I guess. So there is two commands. So I will share you. So once you have unable to command, you need to pull the stash, and then stash will
Okay,
give you the pop
can,
up.
can I give you a scenario and you tell me when you're putting those commands? Okay.
Okay.
So uh, you're writing a new class called languages.
Mm-hmm.
You implement it, then you do the commit and you make a PR.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to create a class called host. So uh, the thing that I'm doing now is I'm going to the main branch. I'm fetching, pulling everything, then making a new branch. I'm calling it uh, like data model host, and I'm starting to create the host class. And in it, I want to put languages, but from the main, languages is not yet implemented. So what do I do there? Do I
Actually, for
Because I do not
example,
have the class in this branch, the class languages doesn't exist.
actually, most of the time, what I'm usually do, whatever, for example, if I have a branch, just like previous branch is, for example, it has a languages.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to create a branch on top of it.
Yeah, but Elbeck doesn't want me to do this. He says that and Hassan doesn't want to do this too.
Then I have,
And
in
I
this
don't
case,
understand why they are like that, because yesterday when I was working, I went into the community story of the Terraform project and the Triple S project, and it's really clean. It's really easy to see because they are pushing everything on one commit for each change, and it's really clean. So you can easily learn by going through the story and see exactly how many files they change for each implementation. So I understand why they are really strict and disciplined with this, but I need a way to continue working without polluting the commits. And because the other thing they do not want is uh, to rebase your work, because what I was doing at first was to I was creating a new branch, building my new feature. Then I was waiting for the PR to be merged. Then I would upgrade the old project and rebase my feature branch to the new main. But it adds more commits, like it pollutes the thing. So uh, I don't know. In this case, maybe if I didn't committed, maybe what happens if I do not commit and I wait for the PR to be merged and then I upgrade it? Will it like my branch would be um, behind? Can I mm, can I rebase it without any trace of commit or something like that? No, there will be a trace of rebasing in the commit history of this branch. So that's not good too. So that's the hell I want to get out of.
There is also one commit type. So if you have something in progress and you wanna, so the first option is brother, as brother I said, stashing. You stash and then you apply. So this is one
Okay, but
option.
can you explain to me when do you stash in this scenario with the language PR and you're creating the host? When do you stash? Because I don't know, I do not know this command.
So okay, let's see. So you have host and language, right?
Yeah,
And host has
and
many
language
languages
is
inside
pending.
it. Yeah, language is
Yeah,
pending.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I'll probably wait for the host for the language to be added.
Even to start implementing the host,
So so
even before creating the branch, to start implementing the feature.
okay, so you can start your branch, you can write all your properties other than language. You can even commit, and I guess so. So you know, since we use anti-framework data migrations, you can do everything and then add a new property and do a new migration. That's not a problem.
And you mean like building the host without languages, doing the
No.
PR without languages, and then implementing the languages later, like as a code rub or something like that?
Yep, sure.
Because yesterday I watched this Bazaar video of I think second video of Bazaar. So EF versus Dapper. So in that video, Asan told, for example, if you want, for example, some we need to add later something on top of it.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
I have a problem with my headphones. Could you repeat, please?
Yeah. So actually, yesterday I was watching one of Hassan
Yeah, the
video.
Bazaar video,
Bazaar
and it
video.
was with Dapper.
Yeah, yes, well, EF versus Dapper, I guess. So basically, they are explaining like in the, for example, the product has a category need to be added. So, but on that time they did not add it. In the later whenever, for example, they will add it and they will put add migration and it will automatically reflect there. So that's why they focus, I think, to add to create primary models migrations first, then secondaries should be add later.
Hmm.
Yep.
It is that
Israel.
is yeah. It makes sense for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the host, yeah, like in this pattern, if I had the host made before pending in PR and then I was working in the languages, it would make more sense.
Yeah,
Because when I'm working with languages, at this point, I can implement it in the host. But
but
uh,
even as you see in your refugee models, the
yeah.
Mabruk or something to do's commands there. So we need to add, for example, the content information model or something like that.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
even
mm-hmm.
you can put the comments like that. Then
Yeah.
once everything is ready, then you can put it and put the add migration there.
Okay. That would be the ideal scenario when you planned ahead and you were smart. But can you find a solution for me? Can you explain to me the stash thing because I still don't get
Actually,
it. I do.
Is working on, for example, if you are in the same branch. Okay,
Okay.
and you did what I understood from Stack, because I'm not heavily used extensively. Because the problem is, for example, if I'm doing something and I want to push now data from the main branch on the same time. For example, I'll be merge some PR in the main branch. Now you are going to merge that to your local branch, but
Yeah.
because whatever, for example, the you cannot take latest until you have to commit your changes. This is the
Mm-hmm.
first rule. Yeah, but do you don't want to commit your changes, but you
Mm-hmm.
need the latest.
Yeah.
Okay, then you put a stash, okay, of your changes. It will be
Okay.
clear. I think it will clear your the commit tree for the time being, and you can pull easily things to your. Then
Okay.
you, on top of it, you can unstash your changes.
Okay. And so what does it mean exactly to stash it? Mean to put every changes on the side and then you
Yeah.
can bring them back?
Yes. You're right.
Okay. Okay. So you would you you could you delete this branch? No, do you have to delete the branch? No, do you have to stash the changes, delete the branch, recreate it from the main that is upgraded, and redo a new branch and
Actually, no. Actually, no, no,
restash
no,
everything? No, no, no.
no, no.
Okay.
That is not, because you are stashing things on top of the branch.
Okay.
For example,
So
you
uh,
are in XYZ branch. You are XYZ branch,
yeah.
and you are stashing things on top of this, and you are going to remove that branch. Then how it will be?
Okay, so the thing is that let's say I'm doing some work on XYZ branch. Then I
Mhm,
see that I'm behind and originally I branched out from the main, but the main has been upgraded. So
mm,
I'm gonna stash everything from the XYZ. I'm
mm.
gonna go upgrade everything like that. I will have the latest
Yeah,
main. And
yeah.
how do I upgrade the main because I did not commit everything. Is my XYZ branch will be up to date automatically if I upgrade?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
Yes.
like it will not be behind
No. So
because
so
when I created the branch I was behind, and if I do not commit I oh,
no,
okay,
look.
yeah, okay,
Look, so you create a branch, so you put all the changes in the stash, so it's on the
yeah,
side, and it will be the same version of the main that you branched off earlier.
yeah,
It will be behind a couple of commits, let's say,
yeah.
and you sync up with main,
How do you
and then
sync up? What do you use? I
so you say
use
merge main into your branch. That's it.
okay, okay,
And then at that time at this time you have your updated branch that is the same as the main branch, and then you apply what you have stashed on top of your local branch,
okay.
and then you commit your changes, you complete the feature, you commit the changes, and then you open
For
a pull
sure.
So
request.
it's not a problem if in the commit history there is a merge in it. when I
No,
push.
Yeah, yeah, it's not
Okay.
a problem on that
it's not a problem.
Okay.
because
Okay. Okay.
you haven't commit that things.
Okay. 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 Cool. Thanks.
Okay.
And the command stash, I will look for it. Okay, stash and and stash is to get back the thing. Okay. 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 Thanks. I guess. So, what do you want to work on today? Do you want to
Yes.
work on the service and the exceptions or validation? What do you want to work on, Elbeck?
Yeah, yesterday I started working on refugee add pipeline, add. I was adding the
Okay.
refugee. However, I saw that the migration for this guy is not ready yet.
Yeah.
So I wanted to discuss this migration problem today, and then we might continue working on the foundation later. What do you
Okay.
think?
Could you explain what is migration for all the folks that are looking at us, and for me,
So
obviously?
so the migration is a magic code that the entity framework generates in
Could you
order to
share your
create.
screen maybe to show something?
Okay.
Because I
So
know we are cute, but maybe less than some code.
okay. So
Okay.
you should be able to see my screen now.
Let me stage it. Yeah, now we do. Oh, and I shouldn't have any more problem with my mouse because actually I had to change the battery in it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Otherwise, I was derping around with it. Couldn't click properly.
Anyway, you don't use mouse often.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we have our class
Okay, the object model inside of our
refugee.
application.
Could you repeat that?
I said yes, the object model inside of our
Yeah.
application.
So this is a refugee, and this is a refugee class table.
The refugee table. So this is, could we call it the data model?
This one,
Database.
Yeah.
this
Database?
is a database.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I said the refugee table is the data model,
Uh,
isn't it?
yeah, maybe I used to say it as
You
a
like to make the difference. I call one the object model, like it's from our
oh,
application, and the other one is the data model. It is in the database, and the one that is
okay,
in the view is the view model. That's
okay,
how I
okay,
call them. But not everyone are calling them like that. But that's the way I call them.
okay. Let me say it as a class and a table.
Okay.
And I'll keep it very generic. So we have a class in our application, and there should be a table corresponding to this class. And what we used to do, so we
A long
created
time
some
ago.
simple script but with hand. So we'll write create table something something, and you have some published scripts. There is a
Mm-hmm.
there is a project type that SQL Server database project in the Visual Studio itself that has
Okay.
all the capabilities of publishing the database to yeah yeah publishing the database to the server and doing very sweet things. However, this is old school for now because
Mm-hmm.
everything was automated while NT framework was put in place.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a refugee model, and
Yeah,
there is
and the problem comes when we, let's say, add a field to refugee class, and we have to refer this addition of a field into a column in the database. So that's what we call a migration, to make them like map to each other,
Mhm.
isn't it? And
Yeah,
so you
so
were
here,
saying that before we were using script to make sure they were mapped.
yep, it was all manual. And now Entity
Okay,
Framework creates these migrations that created a database model for us.
okay. And so
Data model.
yesterday I had a problem because I couldn't do the migration.
Yeah, that was a very interesting problem. Let's
Look at
discuss.
Elbeck, he's falling asleep.
Yeah. Okay, let's discuss your problem together, brother. So we have brother Avais that can help us out with.
Yeah, I had two problems. So the
Okay.
first one was that in Visual Studio, when I was trying to use the package manager console to do the thing that you're talking about, so using Entity Framework to do the migration. Can you share again your screen to show the package manager console, because a lot of people never saw it. I'm sure of it. So
So you want me to
yeah,
open?
and
Uh,
so in Visual Studio you can use the package manager console to call EF entity framework and
mhm.
call some command to automate the migration. So
Oh, you mean package manager? Okay, let's go to
yeah,
tools.
the package manager console. This is it. It went really fast, but it's in tool, NuGet package manager or something like that, and then there is the package manager console. And in this console, you can directly call entity framework, and there are some commands in it. Can you type enable in the console, enable, and in and dash and stop, can you, before typing migration, can you trigger the with tab, the, like, yeah, when you do this you can see that there is a lot of command that you can access to execute some things with entity framework. So this is enabled, but for the migration, you would start with the keyword add, and then it would be followed by migrations or
Mhm.
migration. And I couldn't see the migration keyword. Uh, like the migration command didn't exist in this package manager console.
Yeah,
So
let
yeah,
me explain here a little bit, because we are using, first of all, we are using entity framework code first approach. We have different type of approaches in entity framework. We are using code first approach, and in the code first approach you have to add some packages, NuGet packages, to just like entity framework has design packages.
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
then there is something tools packages, so you have to add
Okay.
that packages to enable
Mm-hmm.
that type of features.
Mm-hmm.
So after once you add that package, you are able to see the commands on in the console.
Yeah, and actually, I found out yesterday because I'm used to use the .NET CLI, and when I saw like I could use the .NET CLI tool, I tried to do the migration with it, and it gave me a proper error telling me that I was lacking the package you just mentioned,
Mm.
the entity framework.design.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
so I installed it, and I continued using the .NET CLI to do the migration. It's not the exact same command. It's not just saying add. No, you have to call EF using it's the command is .NET EF migration add, something like that. I don't really know, but it's a different syntax for to call it. And after installing the design, I could do the migration with the .NET CLI. I still couldn't see it in Visual Studio, but maybe it's because I didn't restart it, or I don't know. At this point, I was just working with the console, with the regular command line. And so I was launching a migration now that I had the entity framework.design package installed. And it was, I was dealing with a new error. So I went to Elbeck and I said, okay, now it's working, but now it says that a list of string cannot be mapped into a column in a table. And so I was like, oh no, so I have to do a list of classes and not a list of string to have an ID and a name and maybe other properties. So that's why I said to Elbeck, okay, I need to do a proper language class instead of a list of strings for the languages, because I couldn't do the migration. And I saw other ways to do it. Like some guys are building converters, and in the on modeling creation, the configuration of entity framework, you can say on building, like on modeling creation. I don't remember the method name,
Actually,
but
on model creation, most of the things, I guess, we need to define a relationship, or there you need to, I guess, what most of the time, I'm not sure about that, but most times what they will do, they are just a list of string, they have it, but they will save as a comma separated string to the tables.
yeah, so that's what I was telling you. I found guys that were using a regular string, but they were using a class called converter, and like they would it would convert the list of string in a regular string and separate every value by
Comma.
a comma. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw that. I was really thinking about it, and I said, oh, but we could use a level of proficiency in a language. So there you have a property. So I could say, okay, so we need a class because now you can say I'm a beginner at English, or I'm a fluent, or So I said, okay, let's build a class, and then I thought about the enums for the pets, and I said to myself the same thing. Okay, we could just use the enums in a class, and for to know the type of the pet, to let's say it's a dog or something like that, and the actual name of the pet for the name. I don't know. So yeah, when I realized that I wasn't I didn't thought about this, I was like, oh damn, maybe yeah, if, like Awais was right. We need a class for every list that we want, if it's not a pain, in the ass.
Yeah,
Let's
actually,
do the
that's why we and Mabruk, on that time we are discussing these are the secondary models. So let's build on the main primary model first, to at least
yeah.
to uplift our main goal. Our main goal is,
Hmm.
for example, we need to make a application ready for that refugees. So actually,
Yeah,
these yeah,
yeah.
these type of secondary models we can add anytime if we
Yeah,
want.
yeah,
For
yeah, you're right. You're right. And the to remind, because I took some time just to rethink the happy path, and the happy path is, I'm a host, I'm creating my account, I can register shelter, and I put some availability in the state of it, like there is property in the shelter specifying the availability of it. I'm a refugee. I create an account. I can declare my family. It's not something urgent, so okay, we can wait on this. But at least I can create my account, tell my nationality, and maybe some wishes on
yeah, mandatory
the
fields,
dates.
mandatory fields or mandatory things you need to add it on the same model. For example, just I already give an example of this bazaar videos. So
Yeah.
in there, they have a product model. In the product model, they mention only two properties: product ID and product name for
Okay. Okay.
running up the things. So after
Okay,
later
so
for
yeah, I see. So let's keep it simple with a few properties. Then, and now that we have two entities, we need a primary entities for the domain model too. Okay, we have the domain models. We need the primary entities to make the interaction between them, and so we have a host uh, that is
uh,
uh, so there is a shelter available. So the first thing would be I'm a refugee. I see a list of available shelters. I request for one. So we have an entity called uh, shelter request or refugee request, but I think it would, I don't know, we will have to choose. Then this would let know the host that there is request. So in his account, the host can see shelter requested, and it would be just the status of the shelter that is being requested, or the request attached to pointing to his shelter. I don't know. You'll tell me how to do this. Then it can respond with a shelter offer or a host offer. Again, we have to choose a good name for it, and to because the request is not the same object as the offer, because the offer doesn't could specify other dates, could specify some things that are not in the request. So, and then the refugee could see all the host offers from his request, and then he accepts, and so there we have a host, no, a refugee matched to a shelter. So to me, that's the happy path. There is a host with a shelter, a refugee requesting for the shelter, the host responding with an offer, the refugee seeing all the offers that have been sent to him, and then he accept or not, and it changes the shelter and the state of the shelter, and it's mapping to the refugee, pointing
Okay,
to a
let's do some work, brothers. Let's do some work.
yes,
Okay,
please
okay,
go and add some migrations and do some stuff.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, Flo, share your screen. Let's cook. Let's cook it.
Okay.
okay, okay, okay.
You need
So
you need stronger coffee from tomorrow. Stronger.
already, I already slept for, I don't know if I even had 5 hours today.
You are lucky guy, but I just slept only 3 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have kids, haven't you?
Kids, but I have busy with some other things as well.
Thanks.
Be a developer, man. Be a software developer.
Yeah.
Engineers, think like engineers.
So let me share my screen.
Yeah, dude.
Uh, share, share screen, up, and now up this, share. It takes a lot of steps. Okay, you see a black screen. That's
Yes.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
It's Open Rider. Okay, cool. Now Rider will open. It takes a bit of time because I do not have a Mac M1.
Albik, you
So,
you you are explaining about migration, so please explain this to a little bit again more. So then we'll go and start doing our hand dirty on that.
Yeah.
okay.
So the simplest way I understand it is that Entity Framework generates those migration scripts. They are kind of mapped to SQL script later, depending on the technology we choose. So so that's it. So it has up and down methods. So up creates, down downgrades, and then everything is so everything runs. These scripts run and they generate table for us. We have that. So we have that database.migrate statement in
Update,
our broker
update,
configuration.
yeah. Actually, we most of the time we are focused on two commands:
Yeah,
add
updates.
migration and update database. So
Hmm.
add
Yeah,
migration, whenever we are going to add something, and we need to actually we need to maintain that migration history.
hmm
Why we need
just
to
like
maintain? Yeah, why we need to maintain that migration history? Because in some, for example, if you are running your application in production or something, you need to roll back the down method. What it will do, it will roll back your changes. So we need to maintain that. If somehow if we delete it, we mess our things.
yeah,
So yeah, so we need to maintain that properly with the proper remarks or comments like that.
yeah, you're right. And brother, you don't need those. Okay, you deleted them. Okay.
Yeah, because yesterday I got frustrated and I had some. I was in GitHub hell and I was in Git hell. I had so many branches with shitty code in it, and I was just like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna delete my repo and clone it tomorrow." So that's what you saw. My frustration. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's still starting. Do-do-do-do. And I was frustrated like a minute ago because my mouse isn't working as properly. Like it's not working really well. I think maybe it's with the screen sharing, or I'm changing the scale to make everything bigger, and I have a 4K screen, so I am at 300%. Maybe it's because of this. I don't know. So let's see. The problem is with the model. It's still loading, you see. A lot of packages are still loading. And so we can see that all of those are a problem. So the thing I could do to be really quick is just to comment it out, all of those,
Uh,
and do the
don't,
migration.
no, don't comment it out. Just make it as a string.
Okay. 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 It's ready now. What did you do? Okay. I decided to. Okay. So
And can you put
let me
these secondary
let
models below
let
everything?
me create a new branch.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll make it pretty just for you. Spectral Go, and then
Data.
data migration, data refugee, no
Data.
migration and refugee,
Refugee migration.
Data
refugee
Where
dash
is?
migration.
mig data dash migration or what?
Yeah, it's just data.
Yeah, just LB, please little bit clear these things how when we can a branch, because yesterday I'm planning to solve some issues, but I'm stuck with the naming
Hmm.
configuration. So usually, how you are using the branch? You are making a branch based on issues or what?
Yeah, I usually do so. For example, look, so I say users slash my GitHub username slash the category of the issue I'm working. For example, it might be code wrap, data foundations, brokers, and everything slash um, the model I'm working on. For example, we are working on refugee, and then I use slash some verb that I'm working. For example, if I was doing foundations add refugee, so I said foundations dash refugee dash add. What I
Okay.
would probably do with instead of migrations, I would call it migrate maybe, or add or create refugee dash create, because when I say create, I mean that I am creating the model itself, as well as I am
Mm-hmm.
migrating, doing
Okay.
migrations.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You see the difference? You could use this so in the PowerShell that is connected to in Visual Studio, and or you could use the .NET CLI and do this. That's what I'm gonna use because I don't know. I'm a cool kid. And uh, we call it add refugee. How do you say add refugee migration? Okay, I think je crois que
Models or migration, something.
I think they call it like that. I saw it. I saw them do it for the Tarafo project, and it was profile, and they called it add profile migration.
Okay.
So let's
Mhm.
see what it tells us. Maybe the design is not installed, and we'll see the error message.
Yeah, it's always
Yes, so
as if you're
we
cool
can
to work.
see. You can see your
Tools.
startup project Refugee Land doesn't reference Microsoft Entity Framework design. So
Yeah.
I need to install it. Let's find Entity Framework design. Uh, which version? Was it Elbeck?
Oh, you heard it.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I switched. I turned off my camera so that
You know,
nobody sees it, but you heard it. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, you have to follow the champions of the Silicon Valley. It's time for cocaine. Cocaine.
I'll be
Straight from
by
the morning.
I'll be by the way, what is your main language?
It's Uzbek.
Uzbek. So it's Persian, I guess.
No, no, it's not Persian, but
Yeah, please.
we have a lot of people.
Just for a minute before continuing on Elbec languages, like, can you tell me if I what's this? Do I need it? You know, is it in this one or there is the SQL Server design. So I think it's not ready for .NET 7 or I tried it and ins- I uninstalled it, but did you ever use this one? Those additions to the design?
Yes, this is the one, the main one. We need to use it.
No, that's the one we need, I think. I don't think we need this one, and I don't think it's ready for. But
Yeah,
I didn't, I wasn't sure, so that's why I'm asking.
yeah. You can once you have
Is it
installed.
in this one?
Yeah, and
Yeah, you have installed. Try running the
yeah,
script, and if it gives
Yeah.
error, we can come back and install it.
Okay. So let's see. Is it installed yet, or was I too quick?
Maybe have you enabled the migrations first?
So let's see. Value cannot be null, connection string. So I do not have the app setting set yet. And so I don't know if I'm creating the app setting from Rider. I don't know if it will generate the connection string, but I know that it will do it from Visual Studio.
just
So
go and
just for
add.
the fun of it, I will add the app setting.development from Visual Studio and it will generate the connection string. So I'm starting Visual Studio 22 preview. It loads on my other screen. And so yeah, so Elbek, you were talking about your language with us with Awais.
Yeah, it's Uzbek language, and we have a lot of people talking Persian here where I live.
Mhm.
Yeah, we speak Russian,
Mm-hmm.
Uzbek,
Do you
Persian.
have a local dialect where your parents are living?
Yeah, yeah, of course. We have a lot of dialects actually.
Okay. Um, so let's generate a new file, a new item. Where is the add? There, I can see. Oh, okay, I can see the add. Add. I'm so not used to Visual Studio. I know it's a bad thing. But yeah, you know what? Always Elbek went to Russian school, so he speaks Russian too. To, okay,
Okay, so
there it
we
is.
have absences.
Oh, I didn't call it properly. I'm gonna rename it. I'm gonna rename it dot developer. Is there a E here?
No,
In main?
No,
Developer.
ME.
ER.
Yeah, I think there
Oh,
is,
no.
no? It's weird.
no, no,
No?
no,
No,
no.
no, no.
No.
Development.
Man. Yeah.
Okay, should I put an S? No. It's fine like that, no? Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, you think? It's good? Are you
Yeah,
sure?
Yeah, yeah.
100% sure? 2000% sure? Okay.
yeah.
So there I have my connection stream. And so
Change me.
to to
Change
let
the
me
database name.
the database name. What do you mean?
Just only change. Yeah, go to the
Oh yeah,
next to
yeah,
your, yeah,
change me,
yeah.
yeah. So how do I call it?
So it's refugee core DB,
Refugee DBs.
Is it refugee land? Or
refugee
Yeah,
land
like
maybe.
this.
Yeah, refugee land. Great.
Refugee land DB. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, it's fine. So now we are going back to hi there. We can see development is there. We can relaunch the migration and see
Have you
what's going
enabled
on.
first?
No,
It's already
uh,
enabled, I guess.
make it
maybe
too?
with this comment. So method not found. Generic enumerable Microsoft Sensoring Framework. So method system question enumerable. I couldn't get property mapping. So maybe we should enable it, like you said. Well, we are going to try with
Yeah,
the.
you haven't saved yet file.
I have there is autosave.
Okay.
I have
So
autosave on
did
all my
did
IDs.
did you refer that
I
connection
didn't
string
build. Maybe I should build.
build, and did you refer that connection string in your
Yeah, yeah,
brokers?
I did. I did. We can go for. We can go to look at it. Storage, broker, configuration, default connection, and we can see that it's default connection.
Okay, great.
So I think he said that we have to do enable. So let's try. Let's see if there is enable uh, in in this page. Enable, no,
Mm-mm.
maybe
Ac- Actually, I
.NET.
guess enable migration is most of the time is used for Entity Framework 4.5 and other version. We are using .NET Entity Framework Core, so I don't
You
think
do
so.
not think it's okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
So,
it's not needed, I guess.
okay, so let's try it. Did I try to rerun it after building?
Yes,
Uh,
just go to Package Manager console and put it there.
Yeah, let's see if I can. So the Nugget Packager Manager console. Okay, let's see where are we at. We need to go deeper. So let's go to this. Now I should do the add dash
Put
migration, and you can see there is no migration.
you
There
have
is
to no, you have to install one more package, tools.
which one? The tools. Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. So the design wasn't sufficient. Okay, so let's go to the Nugget package manager. Hello, hello, up. Okay, this one. Okay, the tools. Can I disable alert for up?
Oh, you are installing these packages to all of the projects.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna
Yes.
get. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, didn't. Okay, I did the same with the design. I can hear some tropical, maybe not tropical, I don't know,
Bird.
birds.
Yeah, from my side.
Oh, okay. Are they full of colors?
No, actually, I have two parrots basically from my kids.
Oh, okay, I see. Nice, nice.
What's it?
Are
What's it?
they able to speak a bit?
No, no, these are small ones.
Okay. And now,
I used to have
so,
parrots at home some
okay.
3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, so do I need to restart maybe? Uh,
Build your project, I guess.
okay, the package manager console. It's not there. Still not there. Let's use the .NET CLI, my my real friend. So let's see what it tells us. It tells us the same thing, like method not found, system
Yeah.
collection generic, INAMable.
Do you have any
Do
enumerables in our?
Yeah, that's what I was asking myself. So let's see in the
Yeah, we don't
modules.
have that.
No, the string. No, no. So you wanted me to move things around.
Yeah, just move
What did you
secondary
want?
properties. Yeah, skill set, language, and additional details at the bottom. Maybe medical conditions as well. But why?
No, it will not. I think this is not the reason.
Yeah, that's not the
Yeah,
reason.
yeah,
But why?
it's not the reason. Yeah,
So can you please go up and see? Maybe you are referring list somewhere in the using. Oh, expand this one. Yeah, remove this one. And now try.
okay. Do. Wait, is too smart.
No,
But didn't work this time. So let's look maybe for the this error, or maybe I should try to restart this and see if I can launch it with the package manager console. I don't know. Let's try this. Let's try to use Visual Studio.
Actually, just small one thing. Maybe it's the issue in Entity Framework core 7 preview because I was using the 7. Maybe they have a error on that end.
The Sawan, I didn't understand.
Seven,
You are
seven.
using what?
Seven,
Seven.
seven.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
So what I did, I was facing issue with the SQL server certificate, something SSL, something like that. So I did a lot of R&D and something they are telling me to add certificate and these things. So, but I could not find a way to add certificate. So what I did, I just downgrade the package into
To do.
6.0.4 and it will be automatically work for me. So maybe that is the issue it is showing maybe for the package. Or let me first, you need to try it from here, and if not, then we just need to degrade and see.
Yeah, downgrade.
Yeah.
So, if you have seen how SAS upgraded his
Oh, there
topics.
is the migration here.
Yeah,
Oh, merde. Well, I add. Oh,
yeah,
I
put
can
put
put the name
yeah,
here. Cool.
yes.
Refugee. Uh, oh, will we have an
Yes.
error? Oh, method not found. We have the same error.
No.
So the .NET CLI was working properly, and we have the exact same error. So let's look for this error. What do you
Yeah,
think?
look
Yeah,
for the
Okay.
internet.
So method not found. Bim. Copy. Method not found. System collection. EF core.
Version issue. Okay. Yeah, just
Alors,
downgrade it to
yeah.
6 and it should work.
So
uh,
downgrade
how,
it.
Oh, so it's not taking a 7.
okay. Why did you say this before? Did you see the answer in Google, or
No, I
did
haven't
you
seen
look?
it because I was working with some
Okay.
of my projects. So before I already discussed with this thing. I remember, Albig, I sent you a message. So this is the reason I was facing. I don't know. I
Okay.
haven't seen the video of. No, 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 not this
So
one. Not this one. The entity framework package.
the entity framework package. Ah,
Yeah.
I see. So in the nugget, uh, okay, in the
Yeah.
nugget one, I see.
Yeah,
Uh,
guys. So need to drop off. I left a
okay,
video of Ustaz working on upgrading entity framework, upgrading the whole project. So it
okay.
would be a good reference if you watch this.
In upgrading the whole project, what do you mean?
So he was upgrading, I guess, Tarafu to .NET 7, and he had
Yeah,
the issue with entity framework
yeah.
failing because for some reason, and he reverted back entity framework updates to 6. So he didn't
Mm.
upgrade entity framework, and he upgraded everything else. That could be a good material if you have some time to watch.
So I think this is the one,
Yeah.
and we want to go back to
Yes.
6.5 or
Yeah.
6.4?
Five.
Okay,
6.5.
Five. Okay.
take care, guys.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Thanks, Elbeck.
But
See you. Okay.
so
So what do I need to do there? Do I need to
yeah,
like? Is it this? Okay.
j- just upgrade this one,
But okay.
or just
But
just do one thing. Just cancel it, and 6.0.5. Then go and directly put in the 6.0.5 there in the version next to the. Go
uh,
up into the CS purge file.
let's
The file.
attends. Wait. I didn't understand what you were saying, and but maybe I will understand if we are here.
No, what I'm saying, there is two options. Either you need to go and uh, through NuGet package and downgrade the package, or so the
Yes.
quick thing is you need to go to the Solution Explorer,
Okay.
go go up this file, the file which is open. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Go down. See, there is entity framework tools and these packages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next version, just change it 6.0.5. The version properties.
Here.
Yeah, remove this and put 6.0.5.
Okay.
Yeah, and down tooling and design both.
I guess it's the same.
Same. And the
And
design as well.
the
Design as
design. Where is the design?
go up Yeah, this is the one.
Okay, there.
Just
Okay.
build your application again.
Okay. Why can't I?
Did you
What's
save it?
that? Is it loading? Yeah, it's restoring the packages. I need to wait. I guess yeah, it's ready now. Okay, almost there. Okay, now let's try to. Oh no, yeah, well, oh, yeah. Let's see. Usually, you're using the .NET CLI or you're using the package manager console,
Package Manager console, because I am a fan of Visual Studio.
Visual Studio. Okay.
I was when I started my career, so I used to go with the Visual Studio 2008.
In Visual Studio
Oh,
Then
8, yeah, I
yeah,
guess at the time there were no other good solution. Like, I mean, they were the
yeah,
best in the game.
yeah. I used 2008, then 2012, 10, then 12, then
Mm,
15, 17, 19, now 22.
mm, mm. Okay, so it said done. To
Yeah,
undo this action, use the EF migration remove. So,
no,
okay.
it's done. So we
Yeah,
can
it's done. Yeah.
see, so you can see the migration folder now in your.
Where is it?
Just collapse this one. So where
It's
is
there.
this? Yeah,
It just
yes.
had to load it. So yeah.
So yeah. So once you run your application, so it will automatically create based on data migration. There is a command we put. As you can see, this is all the properties and the data
Yeah.
types entity framework generated for us.
So if I'm adding a property,
Yeah. If
and
we
it will automatically
Yes,
migrate
yes.
to. I
Just do
will not
one
have
thing.
to do
Yeah.
any.
Just do one thing. Just go back and
Let me put my coffee down.
yes, create
Let's go
go
to
up.
the refugee.
Yeah, refugee models. Just add one more properties.
Which one do you want?
First name, last name, middle name. Just create a middle name. Yeah.
Okay.
So now go and again create a migration. Add migration.
I do have to type hide migration each time.
Yes, yes, yes. Whenever you need
It,
to add.
it doesn't do it on build automatically.
No, no, because we need to maintain a migration history, because when entity framework see the migration history linked with your database structures. If anything is misplaced, they will throw an exception. So we need to maintain a migration history as well, and we need
Mhm.
to. So now you need to add migration again.
Okay, and so I want to be sure because I do not want just to believe you. I want to see the code. So I said middle,
Yeah,
and like
no, no,
always, you're
no,
right.
no, sir. It will generate a new file for you.
Okay, okay, I see. But I should
Uh,
have call it
yeah,
a different way. Let
yes,
me
yes,
cancel it. Okay.
yes. Add
So
refugee migration and put, for example, middle name. Add refugee for middle name, something like that. Yeah.
just okay. So for the one who do not know, I type Control C to shut down the console, like the action. So the process. And okay, done. It said done.
Yeah.
It's done. And now, so I guess I will have to reload. Let
Yeah. See,
this reload. Okay, I see.
then open the new read one. It has only one properties.
Middle name. Okay.
Yeah. In future, for example, if in future if you want to revert back, you can revert back these properties easily.
Yeah,
There is
yeah.
a
Okay. If it says, oops, there it said I should do EF migration remove.
remove,
So
and
instead,
it will remove
instead of doing add,
the
I
last one
put remove, and it would do what?
without, yeah, without any name. If you put without any name remove, it will remove the last one, the latest one.
Oh, I see, I see. Do you want me to show it off, or do we keep middle name?
Yeah, we keep it right now.
Okay.
So this is
Okay,
basically a migration.
that's exactly what we set up to do today. So we
Yeah.
achieved the goal. Like we wanted to fix the migration, and that's what we did. What do you want to do? Do you want to come back tomorrow, or do you want to work on something else today?
Yeah, I will come back tomorrow.
Okay,
So
because we've been together for
An hour and
like
11.
an hour and a half, something like that.
yes,
An hour and
yes,
11 minutes?
An
yes.
hour and 10 minutes. Okay, okay, that's fine. Uh, I'm gonna try to. Have you ever heard of Restream Aways
No.
or Berim? No,
Restream OS?
it's something like StreamYard. But anyway, it's not important. We'll talk
So
about it
Okay.
another day.
let me give you a little bit information about entity framework or ORM.
Okay,
So actually,
okay.
why it's a real scenario. So it's a real requirement for coming from me to, for example, I was telling my application is, for example, if you want application in database independently.
Mm-hmm.
Database independent means your application can run on Oracle, can run on Postgres, can run on SQL,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So entity framework give us advantage to base on this code first approach to our make and our application database independently.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a little bit we need to change, for example, just like a provider drivers. Right now, for example, we are using SQL, so we are
Yeah,
using
we are.
SQL.
Yeah, we are saying in the code that we are using SQL Server, but we could
Yeah,
say we are using Postgres or something like that,
Postgres or something
or
like that.
Mono.
So yeah, so this is a big advantage to have this type of ORM like entity framework.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
entity
for
framework is very powerful.
yes,
And the other thing is,
and
uh,
just like for example, just like within seconds, you can run a migration and you can easily deploy your application in another platform as well.
yeah, have you ever worked with event sourcing?
Yeah,
Event sourcing, yeah. Is it complicated to implement?
no,
I
it's
never did.
so nothing. Actually, nothing is complicated in this world.
I know you like to say this. So,
So we, as you know, we are engineers, so we need to have a workaround little bit. So basically, what I understood from the event sourcing, just like something happened in your business or code, you need to trigger
mhm,
something to identify someone. Okay,
mhm,
just like for example, if you're going to add refugee, you need to send an email. This is an action
mhm.
happened. So basically, event sourcing
Okay.
is just like that.
Yeah, the thing I understood about event sourcing is like regarding databases is each event that is affecting the database is has an event related to it, and like that you can rebuild the state of your database without calling it. You can know
Actually,
everything about it, or you can rebuild from scratch the state of your database just by rebuilding the events, you know.
so
But I'm a noob, so don't take my
uh,
word for
no,
the
actually, I
gospel.
was see it's depend because some events are depend on your internal logic. I'm not saying it's
Hmm.
depend on the database. For them, some events is domain events and some events is basically the business events.
Hmm.
For example, you need to send an orders detail to your particular tables. So what we will do, you need to check, for example, credit card balance. If they have a credit card balance, then you need to process the events. You need to process the orders. You need to check the events based on that, or you need to reserve then orders based on
Hmm.
the events. There is something called business like event. For example, you need to you have for I give you an example. For example, I'm going to register a patient in our database. So after that,
Yeah.
I need to reload some information based on that.
Hmm.
So what I will do after saving a patient, I will trigger an event. It will be triggered based on that, and it will call something else, or maybe it's a call
Hmm.
from the database broker, or it will call upon some RESTful APIs,
Hmm.
and maybe it will call some queues or whatever
Hmm.
based on that. So it will based on that it will be we need to trigger and notify to the next actions to be happen on that time. This is
Hmm.
called events basically.
Okay, okay. Okay, maybe we'll have the opportunity of implementing that if we need it in the
Yeah, sure,
application.
sure.
Let's see.
It's
Okay,
interesting work.
so
It's interesting work and interesting.
so yeah, I'm gonna try to make a devlog to share the new thing we did the past week, and so I'm gonna work on this for the rest of the day. Just I'm not going to publish it. I want it to be really concise. I want to do a really short video about, oh, this happened. We talked about initializing a project. We talked about using GitHub as a team and being having clean commits. And there is a real price to pay to work within a team, uh, following a standard. Uh, like we took a week to implement something that you could do just in an hour if you were doing all the logic in the controller. So I think you need to explain why you are willing to make this sacrifice, and why one of the reasons is that you are able to go back into other projects and understand them really really quickly because you can look at the commits
Mhm.
and see exactly what they have implemented and that way a lot of people are able to come and participate in the
Yeah,
project. So
yeah.
at
You
first it's
know
really slow.
what happened with me yesterday. I was explaining unit test projects to one of my colleagues.
Yeah.
So how we need to write unit test and what is mock object. So
Mm-hmm.
while giving him a demo and while giving explaining him a thing, so I could understand on that time a lot of things differently. So I know
Mm.
on that time I realized that yes, why mock is good for these type of things, and why we are mocking the, for example, the brokers.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand on that things while explaining to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
others.
explaining helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's good. We are here to discuss problems.
Mm-hmm.
We are solving the problems, and we need to upgrade ourselves as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've learned a lot about migrations. That was the first time I was because I never I built static applications because I come from the JavaScript world. and so I was um, working on application, but I never worked within a team like that, and so I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. That's really great. Well, thanks always. Thanks, Barim, and hopefully we'll see each other tomorrow, or maybe later this week. We'll see.
Okay,
I'm gonna be there tomorrow.
okay, no problem.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
Allez, bye bye. Ciao. Hey, see you guys. I don't know if you're still there, man. Thanks. I love you, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.